Have you ever had that feeling that you don't fit into the mold of the majority? As if the entire world is moving in one direction, but you, for some reason, are called to walk a completely different path. This is no coincidence. Some people are not like others, they are different, unique, and carry signs that make them special. But be careful, being different is not easy. Often, this means dealing with loneliness, doubts, and even misunderstanding from those around us. What few know is that these signs are clues to something much bigger, a journey that only the elect can take. Did you know that waking up between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. can be a sign of spiritual connection? Or that your ability to attract animals and children is directly linked to your personal magnetism? If you've been through situations like these, maybe it's time to realize what's really happening. What seems strange to many could be the beginning of a spiritual awakening for you. And the most incredible thing, these signs can be used to transform your life, and the lives of those around you. If you feel like you're destined for something greater, but don't know exactly what yet, stay here. What you will discover in this text could change the way you see yourself and understand the world. Get ready to recognize the signs, explore your authenticity, and embrace your uniqueness like never before. After all, you are not like others, and that, my friend, is your greatest gift. Some people carry something special that cannot be easily explained. They are like magnets for situations and living beings, demonstrating signs that go beyond the ordinary. Their intuition is as sharp as a blade, capable of uncovering hidden truths before they reveal themselves. This emotional sensitivity makes them connect with others on deep levels, perceiving pain and joy as if they were their own. Have you ever noticed how some people always attract silent looks and attention, even without making an effort? This is personal magnetism in action, a natural glow that sparks curiosity and wonder. More impressive is how these people seem to read their surroundings with disconcerting clarity. They can predict, almost instinctively, when something is about to change. For example, there are those who feel their heart racing without explanation moments before receiving great news, whether good or bad. This type of intuition is like a spiritual GPS, guiding you to make the right choices. An interesting practice to develop this is to pay attention to your own dreams or even repetitive thoughts. They can hide answers you haven't yet seen. Another striking feature is the ability to attract animals and children. Have you ever seen a strange dog follow someone down the street or a child smile spontaneously at a stranger? These interactions are not coincidences. These beings have a heightened energetic sensitivity and are attracted to those who transmit positive energy. A practical example of this is observing how your energy affects others. Do you inspire confidence, calm, or security in your surroundings? This type of authenticity creates a unique aura, something that cannot be manufactured or copied. It's as if these people were lighthouses in a dark night, guiding those who are lost. This uniqueness, however, is not a burden, it is a gift. But there is much more to this journey than what appears at first glance. Intuition is like an internal compass, something the chosen have in abundance. It's that internal whisper that warns you to make a decision or avoid another before logic even has time to intervene. People with exceptional intuition don't need obvious signals, they just know. For example, there are those who can notice, in a seemingly casual conversation, that something is out of place, even if no one has said a word. This ability is not magical, but a reflection of a very developed emotional sensitivity. Listening to that inner voice is what keeps them ahead of the curve. This intuition is also a powerful ally in times of crisis. Imagine being in a tense situation, like a heated argument at work. While others get lost in the chaos, those who have this spiritual connection are able to remain calm and see the next moves like a chess master. A useful practice to strengthen your intuition is to create moments of silence, meditate, walk alone, or even observe the natural movement around you. This silence allows the mind to filter external noise and hear internal signals more clearly. What makes this even more fascinating is the ability to predict situations before they happen. Some call it the sixth sense, but it's something deeper. It's discernment in action. It's like feeling the wind change direction before the storm arrives. A good example of this is when someone avoids a risky investment choice because they felt it wasn't the right time, and later discovers it was the best decision. For those looking to activate this ability, keeping a diary of impressions or daily reflections can be a great exercise. However, intuition does not live alone. It goes hand in hand with personal magnetism and positive energy. Those who connect with this skill learn to trust themselves and, in turn, become a magnetic presence for others. But this unique energy is just the beginning of what manifests in your lives. There are moments in life when the world seems silent, but the universe is somehow louder than ever. This is the meaning of the so-called spiritual hour, a special interval between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is when many chosen ones wake up inexplicably, feeling alert and, at the same time, connected to something bigger. This time, according to many spiritual traditions, is the ideal time to receive subtle messages, whether through dreams, thoughts, or sensations. If this has ever happened to you, know that it is an invitation to listen to what your intuition and your soul have to say. Waking up at this time may seem like a hassle at first glance, but it's actually an opportunity. Many report that the most brilliant ideas or most anticipated answers emerge in these moments of deep silence. The secret is not to ignore this call. Get up, take a deep breath and write whatever comes to mind. You might be surprised at what will be revealed. If you're looking to develop that spiritual connection, try creating a peaceful nighttime routine. Avoid distractions before bed, read something inspiring or meditate. This will help your mind to be receptive when the spiritual time arrives. The most curious thing is how this connection intensifies when aligned with practices of introspection and authenticity. It is not uncommon that, over this period, intuition becomes so clear that complex decisions seem absurdly simple. Imagine, for example, someone who wakes up at this time feeling an uncontrollable need to change jobs or start a new project. By following this intuition, her life may take an unexpectedly positive turn. Small steps like these can turn into big changes. These silent moments between you and the universe are not coincidences, but rather parts of your spiritual growth. They shape your discernment, expand your emotional sensitivity and align you with your life mission. And speaking of sensitivity, this energy is directly reflected in how you connect with others around you, especially those who have a keener perception. Animals and children have a unique sensitivity to identify who transmits positive energy. They do not judge based on words or appearance, but feel what is beyond the vibration you carry. The elect, with their personal magnetism and authenticity, often become points of natural attraction for these beings. It's that dog that comes up to you, even though you're trying to go unnoticed, or that child that smiles and asks to be held, even though he's never seen you before. These spontaneous interactions reveal the invisible but powerful impact of your aura. This isn't just beautiful, it is transformative. When an animal feels confidence and approaches, it is reflecting the purity of your energy. Imagine a situation in which a shy cat, who avoids everyone, decides to approach you and even purr next to you. This is a clear sign that you are aligned with a positive energy frequency. What about children? Well, they have such a genuine emotional connection that they instinctively know who can be trusted. It's not uncommon to hear from a parent, "My son doesn't usually talk to anyone, but he loved you." For those who want to deepen this connection, it is important to invest in practices that cleanse and elevate your energy. Activities such as meditation, daily gratitude and contact with nature are excellent ways to recharge this positive energy. A good idea is to visit a park and observe how the animals react to your presence. Or, if you prefer, spend time with children, whether in your family or through volunteer activities. These experiences not only strengthen your authenticity, but also teach you about lightness and simplicity. This connection with the most sensitive is living proof that spiritual energy does not need words to manifest itself. It speaks for itself, transforming the environment and creating bonds that cannot always be explained, but are always felt. This natural discernment regarding interactions with the world around you is one of the greatest gifts you can cultivate, and it further unfolds into the ability to distinguish what is sincere and what is not. Discernment is like an internal radar, and the elect possess this gift on an almost supernatural level. It's that ability to know, without anyone saying a word, who is being genuine and who is masking intentions. In a conversation, as the words flow, they can capture nuances in the tone of voice, gestures, or even the look. Have you ever noticed how some people avoid the eyes of those who are extremely perceptive? It's no coincidence. This type of emotional sensitivity can be uncomfortable for those who have something to hide. Having discernment is like carrying an invisible shield against negative influences. This does not mean that these people are free from being hurt, but they learn to identify and move away from what is unhealthy. Imagine a work scenario in which someone approaches you with compliments but with ulterior motives. While many could be deceived, the elect often perceive falsehood before it even reveals itself. One practice that helps refine this gift is self-observation. Paying attention to your own reactions and emotions during interactions can be revealing. Furthermore, discernment is not just about detecting bad intentions, it's also about recognizing what's good. It allows these people to see opportunities where others see problems, or identify allies among strangers. For example, someone with discernment may, in a social gathering, sense who is a trustworthy person to share ideas and dreams with. For those who want to develop this skill, a simple exercise is to reflect on each interaction at the end of the day. Ask yourself, what did I feel when talking to that person, or did my intuition tell me something that I ignored? This gift creates a solid foundation for interacting with the world in an authentic and protected way. It's like walking through a minefield knowing you can spot dangers before they get close. And as you embrace your uniqueness, you realize that this radar is not a burden, but one of your greatest strengths. It opens up space to accept who you really are, something that many still have difficulty doing. Being different is a challenge that elected officials face from an early age. While many try to fit into molds, these people realize that their uniqueness is a strength, not a weakness. This acceptance, however, does not come without effort. It is a process that requires discernment to filter criticism, courage to sustain your authenticity, and emotional sensitivity to deal with the moments of productive solitude that often accompany this journey. Yes, being single can be lonely, but it's also where the greatest potential for spiritual growth lies. Productive solitude is a necessary refuge. Many great visionaries in history, such as Nikola Tesla and Frida Kahlo, found inspiration for their greatest creations in introspection. It's not a question of isolating yourself, but of creating a space where you can listen to your own intuition and reconnect with your essence. A simple example of how to practice this in everyday life is to set aside a few minutes for a personal ritual, whether it's a silent coffee in the morning or a walk in the late afternoon. These moments not only recharge your positive energy, but also reveal precious insights into who you are. Accepting difference also means rejecting comparisons. In a world where everything is so exposed and compared, the chosen ones learn to look inward, not outward. They recognize that their path is unique and that the spiritual signs they receive are personalized for the path they must follow. This mindset allows them to grow without the need for external validation. For example, while others may seek material success, the elect find satisfaction in spiritual growth and connection to what truly matters. This acceptance not only empowers but also inspires others. When they see someone embracing their uniqueness, those around them begin to question their own choices. And that's exactly what makes the chosen ones so magnetic, their ability to transform differences into strengths. But this force has a special shine, a magnetism that can't just be explained in words, but that you can feel when you're around it. There is something about the chosen ones that makes them unforgettable. It's not about how they look, it's not about what they say, it's about how they make people feel. This magnetic energy, which seems to radiate from the inside out, is a result of your authenticity and spiritual connection. They don't need to force their presence anywhere, because their presence already fills the space naturally. It's like that friend who, without saying a word, calms the mood in a crowded room or motivates others with a simple smile. This energy is a direct reflection of the balance they maintain in their lives. The most impressive thing is that this personal magnetism is not selfish, it attracts to transform. People feel compelled to seek advice, vent, or simply be around someone who has this energy. It is as if the chosen ones were lighthouses, illuminating paths for those lost in the darkness. A practical example of this is that teacher who, with just a few words, inspires his students to be better, or the leader who motivates his team without ever needing to raise his voice. To cultivate this magnetism, an interesting practice is to focus on what you can offer the world, rather than what you can receive. This inner light, however, is not something that appears overnight. It is fueled by daily choices to live authentically, practice gratitude, and stay connected to your intuition. A good exercise to strengthen this energy is to take a moment at the end of the day to reflect on your actions. Today, was I the best version of myself, or did I make a difference in someone's life? This type of self-analysis not only strengthens your magnetism but also elevates your positive energy. This magnetism is what transforms the elected into true catalysts for change. They have the power to touch lives, inspire others to seek their spiritual awakening and, above all, show that oneness is not a weakness, but a strength that moves the world. And now that you know all these signs and characteristics, it's time to discover how to apply them in your own life. Now that you know the signs that make you different, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you continue ignoring your intuition, denying your uniqueness and trying to fit in where you don't belong? Or will you finally accept that you are unique, that you have an emotional sensitivity and personal magnetism capable of transforming your life, and the lives of those around you? The choice is in your hands. And the truth is that few have the courage to embrace who they really are. Are you one of them? If all of this resonated with you, how about starting right now? Take a moment to reflect on the signs you have already noticed on your journey. Maybe it's the magnetism that attracts the right people or that intuition that never lets you down. Ask yourself, how can I use these gifts to grow spiritually and create a deeper connection with the world? Take the first step today, because no one is going to do it for you. Remember, big changes start with small movements. And speaking of movements, how about making sure you don't miss any more content that helps you continue this journey? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications and connect with a community that, like you, seeks evolution and authenticity. Leave a comment telling us which of these signs you notice most in your life, and what you intend to do from now on. Believe me, you are not alone on this journey, and I will be here to help you every step of the way.